If you're looking for a portable propane space heater, you're in the right place. Today we'll be looking at the Mr. Heater Portable Buddy Heater. Today I'm sitting in one of my favorite campgrounds up on the Mogollon Rim. It's called the Aspen Campground. If you look on the channel's list, you'll see that I've done a review of this campground. One of the really cool things about this place is that it's only about 2 hours from Phoenix, where I live, and at 7,500 feet, it usually averages 20 to 25 degrees cooler than down in the Valley of the Sun. What this can mean, however, is sometimes the overnight lows can get a little chilly for a desert guy like me, and having a heater in the camper can really make a difference. Now, one of the things I discovered is that at this altitude, a lot of times RV furnaces simply don't work. In fact, one of the major manufacturers of RV furnaces says that it isn't going to work above about 6,000 feet. So that's certainly been the case with my RV, in that both of the times I've had it up here and tried the furnace, well, it just wouldn't work, although it works fine at lower altitudes. Now, one of the ways to solve the problem is a portable propane space heater. Now, this really solves two problems. One, it solves the problem of the furnace not working at high altitude, because this should be working at this altitude. And the other is that furnaces draw a lot of amps. Now, in my situation here in these national forests, I'm often dry camping. So that means I'm relying on my solar panels and my battery for electricity. And if you're running the furnace overnight and it gets cold enough to kick in, that 12-volt forced air fan can really put a drain on the battery. Ask me how I know that. And so by having a portable radiant heater, such as the portable Mr. Buddy, you can solve both problems. One, heat, and two, you're not pulling amps. That's because the portable buddy heater works on radiant technology. And the way that works is the propane gas, as you could see, comes from the valve in the pilot kind of down here at the bottom of the heater. We'll look at more detail here in just a second. And then the gas comes up across a ceramic plate and burns there, which turns the ceramic plate a bright orange, and it radiates heat into the room, much like the sun radiates heat into space and warms the earth. By doing this, the radiant energy warms up the various components of your RV, the walls and the cupboards and the other things that are in the RV, including you if you're in his path. And then those things warm up the air around it, as opposed to a forced air furnace that warms the air and then uses that big amp hog fan to push the hot air into the RV. Now, some of you are probably going to be thinking that, hey, you know, I've always heard that it's not good to have an open flame in a confined space. And that certainly remains true, but there are a couple of features of this portable buddy heater that kind of eliminate that primary problem. The first is that it burns very efficiently. So if when you start it, you see a bright blue flame at the pilot and a bright orange disc here glowing as it's warmed up, you know that the gas is burning very efficiently, and so it's not producing the carbon monoxide that you might get out of an inefficient combustion. The other safety feature of the buddy heater is that if you knock it over, it'll turn off. So if you're using it in a place other than an RV where you can put it in a safe place, such as a tent, a duck blind if you like waterfowl hunting, maybe an ice house if you like to do ice fishing up in the North Country, you knock it over, it's going to turn off. So there are two safety features of the Mr. Heater Portable Buddy Heater, this one here. Now, the other thing is that they make several different sizes. And this one says it'll cover a heating space of about 250 square feet. Now, that's just about exactly what my RV is. And so I'm anticipating that this is going to work perfectly in those times where I need to take the chill off the RV for a little bit. So let's take a quick look at what the Mr. Buddy here looks like and how it works. So first, there's a handle. It folds down so you can move it without touching the metal body, which after use is going to be hot. On this side is where you screw in one of these disposable propane tanks, and that just goes right here. The little cup or the little receiver folds out so you can get a good angle on it to screw in the tank. Screw it in nice and tight, and then it just kind of folds down to kind of match the side of the buddy heater. On this side is the control switch. You turn it to pilot, press it down, and it'll start. The pilot, you can see, will start down here. Hold it for about 30 to 60 seconds to make sure that the little thermocouple that provides the electrical signal to keep the valve open there in this propane device gets warmed up. And then you release it and you press it down a little, and then you can turn it over to the high setting to allow the ceramic plate to heat up. So that's basically all there is to it. It's got a nice grid right here. It's got the knockover safety feature. And when we've got it started, we're going to look to make sure that we've got a nice blue flame for the pilot and a nice red disc for the ceramic plate. So let's get this thing started and see how it works up here. So I've got it off right now. I'm going to press it down, turn it to pilot, push it down. So I've got the propane through the line now, and I've got the little blue pilot light down there. It took a couple of tries to get it lit. And I'm just going to hold this now for about half a minute to let it warm up the thermocouple. So I released it, and the pilot stayed lit. So I'm going to press down gently and turn it to low and then to high. And we'll be looking for the plate to start to ignite and to glow. I can feel the heat coming off it, and I can see it starting to glow as it heats up. One source I saw said that this ceramic plate can get up to nearly 1800 degrees. So there you have it. We've got a bright orange glow. I can feel the heat coming off the Mr. Buddy portable heater from Mr. Heater, and I think it's going to work really well in my RV. Now, the owner's manual says that a 1 pound bottle of propane like this will provide about 3 to 4 hours worth of heating time on the low setting. That's about 4,000 BTUs. And on the high setting, it'll provide about 6 hours heating time. That's at 9,000 BTUs. So it's a pretty powerful heater. It should do well in my RV, in your tent, in your ice house, in your duck blind, whatever it is that you need to heat. And because it's so portable, you're not locked into one particular place. For those of you like a larger fuel source, they make an adapter that would allow you to connect a 20-pound barbecue-style propane tank, or if you have a propane line and valve in your coach, you could connect it directly to your coach's primary propane system. Those parts, of course, are extra, and but are available if you want to use the Buddy heater as your primary source of heat. So there we are, the Buddy heater, a great alternative to that big forced air furnace in your RV. And at high altitude here, I'm about 7,500 feet. As you can see, it works just fine. Hey, if you found this video helpful, please click on the thumbs up button below the video and consider subscribing to the Weekend Camper channel. Click on the bell icon to be notified when I post new videos. You know, likes and subscriptions are important to a small channel on YouTube, so I'd really appreciate it if you'd make those clicks and help out the channel. Thanks for watching, and happy camping.